Okay, so walking at the Turtle Lake, and right in the middle of the lake, I see a plastic bucket. Huh. Trash can actually is in the middle of the water. Well, let's continue to walk. Okay, greetings from the Whole Elephant Institute, and we are taking a walk by the Turtle Lake in Flushing. We want to start to review something very important ongoing right now on the land of China, and the subject called the Wuhan pneumonia, and how that, would impact the whole world, and what kind of lesson we shall learn for ourselves when we are watching the news and hearing about Wuhan pneumonia, and starting to, be aware of all the horrible ongoing situation in the communist country of China. And the Chinese government has been totally trying all effort to preventing the Chinese people to know the truth. And what they're most fearful, as a matter of fact, in the past 20 years, more, ever since in 1999, started on July 20th, the head of the CCP, Jiang Zemin is that name. He was very fearful about one group of people. And this one group of people, their name is Falun Gong practitioners. Falun Gong practitioners inside of China, what kind of people are they? And what is Falun Gong? And why the CCP head, Jiang Zemin, was so fearful of the Falun Gong practitioners? Is it because of the Falun Gong practitioners, they are up to overthrowing the CCP government? Is that the reason that the Jiang Zemin, as the head of the CCP, are so afraid of the Falun Gong practitioners? A lot of people, actually, at this point, even very, very good, kind-hearted people, they still do believe that there is a justifiable reason for this guy, for this entity, Jiang Zemin, to be afraid of Falun Gong, due to maybe threatening his political position in China, as if that's justifiable. Yes, they said, anyone, in order to maintain their power, they certainly, sure enough, will want to, crack down on their political enemies. However, if you look into the truth about Falun Gong, and you soon very soon you realize that's totally not the case. Well, number one, Falun Gong started from one, as if one person just freely offering a practice that are totally beneficial for people's mind, body, and spirit. And through legal format within the communist system, giving lectures at the lowest price at the time, so low that other Qigong masters were upset. And so the lectures were given to thousands of people a time, and year in and year out, within a very short period of time, Chinese people start to spread the news about this phenomena, and they usually share precious information with their beloved family members, their best friends, their neighbors, and their colleagues. And they say that, let's go learn Falun Gong, because after I learn Falun Gong, I feel that my long-term chronic diseases all disappear. And I start to experience this tremendous amount of new energy within me. And I am now feeling like reborn. Well, what kind of feeling those people in China had when they first learned Falun Gong? It is like the American people and the free world people go to see the Shenying show. They are so excited. They watch the Shenying show and they say, this is so beautiful. This is giving me new hope. And I started to understand the truth, and I started to understand what is the Chinese spirit, and this is really the best. Oh, they are just so excited and cannot wait to share all this information with their beloved family members, colleagues, friends, and say, you must go see it. You just have to go see it. No matter what I say to you regarding the Shenying show, if you don't go see it yourself, you will never know what I mean. So this is the free world people respond to the Shenying show. But in China, this is what was happening at the time when Falun Dafa was being spread inside of China, and through word of mouth. People all went to, learn the practice, and it's free of charge. Everyone can learn, and you can do it at home. You can do it in your office, if that's your private space, and you can do it in the public space in the park. And 5 exercises, beautiful music, slow motion, gentle and elegant, and meditation, nice and peaceful. And after doing the exercises, the body is feeling so much better, so great. And after then, you read the teaching, the book called Falun, Turning the Law Wheel. And by reading the 9 lectures, you started to understand. I see why I am here. Where I'm going. Why I'm a human. Okay. And yes, the purpose of being a human. What's the solution to go, away from all these sufferings? And how to look within, and how to elevate the mind and the body and the spirit, and how to be a good person, and what means good, what means bad, and what is the true nature of the universe. Now I'm starting to get it. Yes, I will start to apply this principle called truthfulness, compassion, forbearance into every aspect of my daily life. Yes, when I treated things that are stirring up my heart and making me very negative, I shall not, because I understand that this is just an opportunity for me to improve. And I shall always uphold truth. I shall always be compassionate, and I shall always endure, and I shall practice true good endure in all my conduct. And by doing that, sure enough, yes, before all the trouble that I had I could not resolve, now suddenly everything could be resolved. Also, when every time passing this problem test, like conflict test, I didn't feel upset, and I feel my heart is filled with compassion, and I started to be able to balance out a lot of relationships that I could not. And because of that, I gradually start to achieve a state of stress-free. And my mind is tranquil, my productivity increased, and life is full of hope. So yes, I do my 5 sets of exercises every day. Then I go to the book and I study the cultivation way and how to cultivate, and that helped me to improve my mind and to eliminate character flaw. And I'm starting to feel that I'm on my way to reach perfection. And I also start to validate that mind, body, spirit are one. So you see, this is Falun Dafa, that people, how they first learn about it, how they start to practice it, and how they gradually recognize that this is the truth. And then persecution started. And then people who actually already gone through the validation process, and then they say, what is going on? This is the best. Why the communist government persecuted? They must have made a mistake. Let's clarify the truth to the government, because we really hope more and more people will be able to recognize the wonder and the power of this great practice. And we really don't want these people to listen to the false information and lose such precious opportunity of their life. So that started the truth clarification of Falun Dafa practitioners ever since persecution. And in face of the brutal suppression, persecution, even torture, Falun Gong practitioners continue to clarify the truth, allowing the truth of Falun Dafa to be spread all over the world. So, reviewing the past history that has happened in China, and look at the Falun Gong practitioners and what they have done to seek the truth, to follow the truth, to validate the truth, to uphold the truth, and to spread the truth. And so, what that has anything to do with politics. The Falun Gong practitioners has nothing to do with wanting to compete with the CCP to control Chinese people's mind and to do politics. It is people's awakening of their true selves and their choice of a path that actually leading to spiritual perfection. And so, why Jiang Zemin, the CCP head, is so afraid of these people who are reaching spiritual perfection through cultivation. And let's look into the history in the Western world to understand it. But for now, let's pause.